Hey everybody, welcome and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you joining us on the broadcast today. It is Friday, March 27th, and it is 8:31 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast here. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we're going to do something really, really cool. We are actually going to build a complete website from scratch in under 1 hour. Which is pretty cool. We're going to do it live right on the screen here. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're going to build this website. The reason that I'm doing this is to show the business owners out there that you can do it too. A lot of people think that it takes a whole bunch of difficult stuff to get a basic website set up, and that's not necessarily true. You have to have a little bit of knowledge, but as you will see in just a little bit, you don't have to have a ton of knowledge in order to do it. Before we get started, I want to just introduce myself. My name is Tom Lyon. For those of you that don't know me, welcome. I run a small little company called Lyon Global. We do revenue management. What does that mean? That means that we help business owners make more money by doing less stuff. Typically, how we do that is through digital marketing, websites, and social media and stuff like that. So every weeknight at 8:30 p.m., we've been coming to you live with some tips and tricks for business owners. Tonight, we're going to teach you how to build a website. A couple of days ago, we talked about health insurance, and yesterday we talked about how to stay focused in days where maybe you don't want to get out of bed. So again, welcome. Why do we do this? We do this because I'm in the business of helping businesses for business. But in times like this, we also want to help by giving back to those business owners and anyone really who might need a couple extra tips and tricks to help them in their daily whatever. But as with everything that's free, there's an offer. So here's what it is. Let's get it out of the way now. If you get any value from this or any of the other videos or anything that we do for you, and you're interested in having a conversation about what more we could do for you, go to our website, which is lyonglobal.com. There's a little form there. You can fill it out. When you do that, it'll give you the ability to pick a time. We'll do a 30-minute free strategy session with you. And by the time you're done with that, you'll have a kind of a course of action moving forward. And we'll also, in that conversation, which is completely free, we'll have a conversation about other things that we can do, including one of our programs as a 200% ROI guarantee. If you decide to engage with us, great. If not, that's okay too, because we helped you out, and that's good enough for me. Cool. Before we get started here, I came across this super cool video today that I want to share with everybody. So I'm just going to share this with you. If you've been in the business before and you have credit card machines, like the old school credit card machines that have little printouts, like they print out, and when they print out, they make a little bit of a noise. I found this online today when I was browsing the interwebs, as it were, and I thought it was really cool. It's a quick little 1-minute thing. If you're into music and you're into technology, this will be something cool. So here you go. Check it out. I just thought that was super cool and wanted to share that. I don't know. I find weird things like that cool. Just wanted to take an opportunity to share that. So let's get into it. For those of you that are just joining us today, we're going to build a complete e-commerce website a basic one, in under 1 hour, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So whether you're watching live now or recorded broadcast later, if you have specific questions or comments about anything that we're doing here, please leave it on the video. I can actually see them live here and kind of answer you and bring you on the screen. Or you can also text that number on the bottom, 585-648-8955. And we will we'll get you situated and show you or answer your questions. If you're watching this on a recorded broadcast, feel free to do the same thing. We just might not get to you until a little later. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started on building a website. Is that exciting? I'm kind of excited to share this with you guys today. So first, actually, let's talk about this first. So one of the first things that you need to do when you're going to build a website, obviously, is you got to know what your products are. For purposes of this, we're going to sell 2 different kinds of hand sanitizer. So we'll talk about that kind of as we go. Let's just go ahead and get into it. If you have questions as we're going along, feel free to comment there. So there's a lot of different resources that are available online for you to build a website. What I'm going to recommend is something that we use quite frequently. It is called Strikingly. Strikingly is a website company. The websites don't have too many bells and whistles. They are what they are. But they're very good at developing a website for somebody who needs something now. You need something right now. You don't have time to wait. So let's go ahead and set up an account. And we're literally going to do this as we go. So I'm going to say my name is Thomas. We're going to say that this is for the Facebook Live at lionglobal.com. And I'm going to put a password in there that I know works. Get started. It's free. So I click the button and boom, it takes us inside. The very first thing that it does is it comes up with 2 different things. You get a support message that says, hey, can we help you? And what I found with this particular company is they're really awesome. If you do need help, they will help you out. But we don't need you. So I'm going to close you down. Bye-bye, buddy. So for purposes of this, I'm actually going to take myself off the screen and kind of pull us up full screen here so you can see exactly what it is that we're doing. And we'll go from there. All right, cool. So we're going to say there's a whole bunch of different templates here that you can choose from. And all these templates have pre-done things in them already. For purposes of what we're going to do, we're going to take one of these templates just in the essence of time, and we're going to go ahead and alter it. So up here are the different categories for the different type of templates that are available. We're going to go ahead and click one that says store. Here's a whole bunch of different website templates that you can use for a store. I want to pick something simple because we don't want to take a lot of time developing this. You know, the whole purpose of doing this is to get your business with the ability to sell something online quickly, especially in today's market. So let's take a look and pick one. Let's say, what looks easy here? Let's take this one right here. It says Health Watch. So you click the button that says Start Editing, and quite literally in about 3 seconds, it pulls up a brand new editor. It says, hi there, welcome to the editor. You want a tour? I'm going to say no thanks. We're not going to take a tour simply because I'm familiar with how this works. And so actually, you know what? This is a new menu, so maybe I'm not too familiar with how it works. We're going to have to see if maybe we can get back to the old menu, but that's okay. Maybe this is a button. There we go. Switch to the old version. The old version is the one that I'm used to, so that's what we're going to switch to. But of course, you're welcome to try the new version as well if that's what you want to do. There we go. That's what I'm used to. Cool. Awesome. So how these websites work is they're broken down into sections. On the left-hand side of the screen here, you can see there's different sections. There's the home section, an about section, a couple of different feature sections put in, pre-ordering, contact, and connect, right? So these are all fully customizable. They're fully customizable. So what I mean by that is you can customize literally everything about this. What we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of the about. Yep, boom. I'm going to get rid of the features. Maybe I'll leave one feature. Actually, yeah, let's undo that action. I'm going to get rid of this whole big long thing because we don't want to mess around with that. That's too much to do right now. We're gonna leave that there, and then it looks like there's a contact and a connect. We'll get rid of the connect and we'll leave the contact. So let's actually start with the contact section, right? So this is a section where people can actually contact your business. You'll see this on a lot of different websites that are out there, a lot of different places. we're going to customize this. So literally, it works just like a document that you would edit in a Word editor, like a word processor, whether you use Microsoft Word or my personal favorite, Google Docs, or whatever Mac users use. I don't know what you guys use. But if you can edit a document, you can basically do this. I'm going to go ahead and pull that banner off there too. That way you can just check out what it is that we're doing here. Okay. So let's say you want to do this, but we don't want to say contact. We want to say connect. All right. So you literally highlight it there and you just type over it again, like you're editing a document. Now let's put a little sentence there. Looking for a way to connect. Here are some of our favorites. By the way, if you hear that annoying clickety clack of my keyboard, yes, I have one of the loudest keyboards that's probably ever been known to man, because I'm an old school hacker kid and I happen to like the feel of what's known as a mechanical keyboard. Most of the keyboards that are out there on the market today are they're like soft touch and they don't have a feel to them, but this is a mechanical keyboard where literally there's like springs and stuff in it. But anyway, so you may have noticed one of the things that I did there is I didn't like what it looked like before. The text before was gray, as you can see, and it's not very visible. So I highlighted it there and I just come up here and I say, you know what? I want that text to be black. Maybe I want it to be bold, and you know what? Maybe I want it to be humongous, right? So it's very, very easy to do that. So now, boom, that's there. And all these forms are automatically put right in there. So all you have to do is answer a few questions and edit them. To show your customers an actual map of your location, it's as simple as typing in your address, right? And it's actually pretty free form, because what it's going to do is it's going to go to Google and find your information and create the map based on your information. Boom. It found us. Now there's a map right there, and anyone that comes to our website can actually do that. I mean, it's really this simple for something like this. With this particular website editor, like I mentioned before, it lacks several of the bells and whistles that you'll want if you're trying to be super professional, but this will be a good way to get you online super, super quick. So let's continue here. This is a contact form, a simple form where people fill it out. And once they fill it out, the information gets sent to you through an email. All I'm doing here is clicking edit. And let's say I also want to collect the phone number. So we're putting that in there. And then I'm going to say that I want these addresses and sent to me at this email address. And now whenever somebody fills out this form, it's just going to automatically send it to my email address, which is super cool. There's a couple of different options down here as well. One is add a membership. One is add a redirect. A membership, these sites actually allow you on some of the upgraded plans. This one's free. On some of the upgraded plans, these sites allow you to create memberships that are either paid or unpaid. And once somebody signs up, for instance, using this form, they would become a member, et cetera, et cetera. But that's for another video at another time. So once this is set up, I'm going to click say, let's talk about a redirect. Right now, when somebody completes this form, a little message comes up that says, thanks for your submission. And this can be changed, or you can add a redirect, meaning that after they complete the form, they'll be taken to a specific website, whether it's in your website or externally from there. So I'm going to click save there, and you can see that it added the phone number field here. So now when somebody fills out this form and clicks submit on your live website, the information will be forwarded to you right in your email, which is pretty cool. So really what we can do at this point is we can say that the contact part is done. Boom, done. We completed that section of the website. Let's go up to home. Right now, it looks like the name of the company is Health Watch. Well, we're not selling watches. We're selling hand sanitizer. So what are we going to call our company for purposes of this demonstration? Let's call it Sani Solutions. Sani Solutions. That sounds good, doesn't it? You may see that it actually gave us the red underline there, just like a spell check would on a Microsoft Word document. No need to worry. That will not show up on your final website, but it will show you as you're typing if you make errors. That way you can correct them before your site goes live. Anybody that knows me knows that I've talked about this many, many times. you do not, you want to make sure everything's spelled correctly is, I guess, the best thing that I'm trying to say. Up here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to change this to Sani Solutions. All right. Now, this being said, there looks like there's a picture of a watch there. We're going to get rid of that completely. We're going to say remove. We don't want that up there. So now it's just going to say Sani Solutions on the top. I also don't like this background, this watch. Not really what I need for hand sanitizer sales. So over here, I'm going to click the background button. When you click the background button, there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes up. But probably the most important stuff to look at here is image and video. Yes, you can have a video be your background for your website. And it's pretty cool how this works. You can choose any video that's on YouTube simply by going to YouTube and finding the link of that video. Or you can choose one of the built-in video templates to use. So all you have to do to check them out is find one that looks interesting and hover your mouse over it. Wow, look at that. That's some fireworks. That's pretty cool, right? But we're talking about sanitizer. So maybe we want something that's a little cleaner, right? Personally, I like the way this looks. Nice running brook there. Nice little running river. Yeah, we're going to leave that. And then I'm going to click save. So now when the website goes live, this is going to be the background to the home page of the website. When you come to the website, the first thing you're going to see is Sani Solutions, and you're going to see this running water. I don't know. It makes me feel clean. Does running water make you feel clean? Makes me feel clean. So cool. The other thing that's here is if we want, you can add an image, right? I am going to add an image here, and I'm going to browse the computer. I've saved some hand sanitizer images over here. So now we've got a hand sanitizer, an image of a hand sanitizer right there. One little tip that I will share with you about images on all websites is, as you can see, this image that we just added has a pure white background. Not cool. When you're looking for images of products and things, it's best practice if you can find an image file that is transparent in the background. There's a lot of free tools available online where you can remove backgrounds and make them transparent, but it's a hell of a lot easier if you can find pictures that are already transparent. And many manufacturers of products, such as Purell, have these as options. So I just wanted to let you know that, because what will happen is if you use something transparent, it's exactly what it sounds like. The background will appear transparent, and instead of white there, you would continue to see the flowing water there, right? Cool. So let's assume that you're going to continue on with this site here. Looks like there's a button here that says Explore. So if somebody were to come to this website and check it out, more than likely, one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to click the Explore button. Well, let's see where that goes. Right now, that's set up to go to the second section of your web page here, which is fantastic. So if that's where it says that your users would go, why don't we go there next? Again, with the gosh darn watches. Now, remember, this template is set up to be a watch website. So this is the kind of stuff we're going to do. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to get rid of this watch. This time I'm going to click the background, but I'm going to choose an image. Okay. And I'm going to click more. And one of the neat things about this is there's thousands of images available. This particular platform strikingly uses the Unsplash network of images, which is a whole bunch of royalty-free images that are available. And since the fake website that we're creating right now is meant to be selling hand sanitizer, what are some words that come to mind for selling hand sanitizer? We're going to say clean. So up here, there's a search box. And in that search box, I'm literally just going to type the word clean, if I can spell. And then I'm going to hit enter, and let's see what comes up. Look at this. There's a whole bunch of things that come up that are probably akin to staying clean. You've got somebody washing their hands at the sink. You've got somebody spraying some cleaner, just a whole bunch of white surfaces. And you know what I'm going to do? White usually is synonymous with clean in the web world. Oh, no, some other products here. We don't want to advertise other products. So we're going to stick with just a kind of a white background, like a bedroom image. There's a clock there. So yeah, we'll end up using this because it does reflect kind of a clean look. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And then let's type, so this specific section of the web page is supposed to be about features. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave the word features, right? We're doing this in the essence of time. We're trying to get this done in under an hour just to say that we can. You can always, always, always go back and customize the website however you need it. But for purposes of time, and for those of you that have actually emailed my office saying, hey, I need a website set up now, but we haven't quite been able to get to you, this video is for you. So let's talk about the features. So let's say that we're talking about hand sanitizer features, right? Instantly cleans skin. I'm just making this up, by the way, because I don't know. Removes 99% of germs. Leaves skin feeling clean and refreshed. Now, obviously, you can leave put as many features or whatever you want here. There's also a spot over here for you to add an image. But since this has a really neat background that rolls when you roll the mouse, we're going to leave that there. We're going to leave it because it's pretty cool. All right. So far, we've set up the contact page, right? We've renamed it to Connect. We've set up the feature section. And remember, this is just going to be a one-page website, by the way. So we've set up the feature section. We've set up the home section that people will see when they first come onto the website. So now let's get into the meat and potatoes and set up the store, right? This particular website builder strikingly comes with something called Simple Store. It allows you to sell a number of products depending on what platform you purchase from them, if you purchase one at all. I think the free section allows us to do 2 products. Let me look. Let me take a peek here and see what it's going to allow us to do. Free forever. Okay, so it's going to say 1 product per site. So on this demo that we're doing today, we're going to be setting up 1 product. I'll probably set up 2 and shuffle them around just to show you how that works. Well, actually, let's talk about the pricing here. I should mention we're in no way affiliated with Strikingly. We do not represent them. They do not represent us. So this is not to sell you anything. However, for a lot of people that we talk to that cannot afford the site building situation that we offer them, we always send them this route. And that's one thing, by the way, let me talk about that real quick. We know that not everybody can afford to hire somebody to do their websites or do their social media. And when we run into situations like that, it doesn't mean we leave you and abandon you. What it does mean is we refer you to other resources that you can check out on your own, because nobody wants to just feel left out, right? And most people are building businesses and maybe don't have a budget for it. Anyway, that being said, let's continue. So it looks like they've got a few different plans here. You can check them out on your own. It's strikingly.com, which is the editor that we're using. Okay. All righty. So let's go back to what we're working on here. Oh no, did it save our work? I would have hoped it saved our work. That's no good. Let's refresh this page real quick. I have a funny feeling that everything is still there. Sometimes, yep, see, boom. Just refresh the page, everything's there. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and go to the store. We're going to create a store where you could sell something. So we're going to call this our online store. And as we did before, there's a watch background hiding back there. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to change it to an image. And I'll tell you what, we're just going to make that white on the background just to make it easy. So how the store works is very simple. It says click here to start selling. Boom, you click there. And it pulls up an interface that allows you to start entering products and categorizing them and things like that. I'm going to go through each one of these tabs first, just to kind of explain what each one of them does. And then we'll go ahead and add an item so you can see how easy it is to get selling immediately. So the products tab, obviously, this is where you add your products. Once you do add your products, you'll see them here in a grid. This is your order tab. Once you do start receiving orders, in addition to getting an email notification, this is like a dashboard where you can come and you can see all of your orders. You can see the status of those orders, how the payment went. And once you ship the order or deliver the order, you can mark it as complete and the customer would get notification of that as well. This is the payment tab. There's several different ways that you can accept payments on your website. There's well, it's limited on Strikingly, but there's PayPal. Pretty much anybody that has a PayPal account can sell here. There's Stripe. Stripe is one of our partners actually, and they offer debit and credit card processing for small businesses without a lot of fees and without taking a long time to get you set up. So that's pretty cool. And then there's offline payments. What does that mean? Offline payments means that if you're going to offer somebody the ability to place an order online and then come to you and pay cash or mail you a check or anything else other than running a credit card or PayPal online, is going to be offline payments. COD, if anyone still does that, that's an option for you as well. So that is how the payment thing works. So let me go back here and let's go to shipping. So shipping, if you charge for shipping, this is where you would set that up. You can set it up as either a flat rate per item or by order weight. I would recommend flat rate per item personally, just because it's going to make a lot more sense and you won't have to keep track of how much everything weighs. And then here you would put in how much it costs to ship your first item and then every additional item. And then you can actually separate it by regions. So if you're sending to Europe, Asia, whatever. You also have a pre-order option. If you mark this box, you can set something as pre-order and tell people that you don't have it in stock, but you expect it to be delivered later. And then just some shipping policy stuff. You can type in whatever your shipping policy is here. And as somebody checks out in your store, they will see that come up. Categories is a pro feature. You can list your products in categories. Coupons is also a pro feature. So again, pro meaning you pay them. You pay Strikingly. If you have coupons, you can give those out, and then that will help your customers save a certain dollar amount or percentage off their purchase. Taxes, self-explanatory. You can set up your tax collection. If you're selling products online, not services, but products, chances are you have to collect sales tax. And it's actually become somewhat complex. There's some places you have to collect it, some places you don't. I am not a tax professional or an attorney, definitely not an attorney. But make sure you check your regulations and cross your T's and dot your I's before you set up this tax thing, because you don't want to collect taxes and then not remit them, or you're not supposed to collect taxes. Speaking of which, there's a vendor that I did business with not too long ago that charged me tax on a service, which is against the law. I didn't bring it up. I just happily paid it and figured whatever, it's a little bit of a cushion. I got a discount anyway. But anyway, moving on. Email notifications. As soon as somebody sends or creates an order, there's several email notifications that will go out to them, order notifications that will come to you as the store owner, and this is where you would customize all that stuff. So pretty cool. So that is where the options are. But let's get into adding some products, right? So let's say you want to sell that hand sanitizer. It's very simple. You click Add New Product, and a little form comes up. This is a place for you to put a picture of the product, type the product name, type the product description, and then the price. So let's go through things one at a time. Let's get the image. You literally click where it says image, gives you a dialog where you can browse your files on your computer and pull up the image. In this instance, we're going to sell that Purell again. So boom, there it goes. It actually shows up in there. You may have noticed that the way that it formatted it, it cut off the top, it cut off the bottom. Unfortunately, the way that this site works is it actually creates relatively rectangular images. I think this is a 4:3 ratio. And what happens when it does that is it will cut off the top and the bottom. The simplest way to make sure that it doesn't do that is when you're formatting your pictures, try to format them in that 4:3 format, which is honestly going to help you out. But even better, if you can format it in a square format, that's going to be better too, because you can still use it on Instagram and things like that. So you put the picture there, and then you type the name of the product. We're going to say Purell Advanced Hand Sanitizer. Over here, you would type a description of the product. This advanced hand sanitizer kills the most germs. Sanitizer. Did I spell it right? Why did I underline it? Doesn't like the word sanitizer. That's all right. You and I know it's a word. This advanced hand sanitizer kills the most germs. Guaranteed. Anyway, so all right, let's say you want to sell it for $3.99. You go down here, you type the price $3.99, and then there's a button. Should you choose to, or there's a field for you to enter how many of them you have. And if you do this, and if you keep track of this based on your online sales only, once you're out, it'll say out of stock. So if you mark this off and you tell people you've got 10 of them, if you receive an order for 10 online, it will then say that it's out of stock. One item of note, if you're also selling these items in your store, you have to update your stock online. Otherwise, you may be making sales of things that you don't have. There are other websites that my company can produce for people that will keep track of that automatically through your point of sale system. But with this simple solution, it does not. So just be aware of that. For purposes of this exercise, we're going to say we've got unlimited stock of Purell. Lord knows we don't, but we're going to say that we do. And then it's going to say, do you want shipping information from your customers? Yep, we'll get that. Item weight, you don't need to worry about that. Now you do see these other pro things that are labeled. If you do a pro, if you can do categories, you can say, oh, these are hand sanitizers, and you can do a product page description. If you do this, it will create a completely separate individual web page for that product, which can be useful in many cases, but not necessary in all the time or in all the situations. So we said $3.99 here, right? There's a button here that says add an option. And what does that mean? That means that we can do color, size, etc. So what's cool about this is we can say that we're going to sell this one bottle, right? Single bottle for $3.99. But we can say that we've got a multi-pack and we're going to sell that for $12.99. And we can change the image. We're going to go grab another image of a whole bunch of hand sanitizer bottles. And now we're actually selling a kit. We're selling the multi-pack for $12.99, which is pretty cool. So once you get all the information in here, you can also add a sale price, and then you can add a crossed out price. So in other words, this is originally $5.99 and this one's $15.99. You click save, and now that product becomes a part of your store. I'm going to close out of the store management here so you can see it, and you can see how it will look in your store. Boom, there's the bottle of hand sanitizer, and you'll be able to select this. Once we publish this, you'll be able to see this. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do two things before we publish this and see what the site would look like live. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to, let's go to settings. Over here are your settings. And this is where you actually list the information about your site that's specific. Some of this is very technical information that will require the assistance of whoever does your internet provider or your your domain provider. I apologize. But for purposes of this, we're going to go through each tab real quick. The basic info, what's the name of your site? This is how Google is going to see your site as well. So we're going to type Sani Solutions, because that's what we have. That's the name of our business, Sani Solutions. Please select your category. We're going to say that we are a startup. A few sentences describing your site, used for search engines and social media sharing. Sani Solutions provides awesome hand sanitizer for your skin and hands. Cool. Site language. If you want to do it in Spanish or a different language, you're welcome to do that. We're going to leave it in English and press save. Then we're going to go down to domains. If you want to buy a domain name, blah.com, you can do that directly here, but you do not have to do that. You can also just use one of the free Strikingly domains. We're going to use Sani Solutions at mystrikingly.com. Again, not very professional. If you're a legitimate business, you would want yourname.com or .net or whatever. But for purposes of this exercise, we're going to leave it here, and we'll show you how that works in a minute. And then the sharing information. When somebody shares your website, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, what image do you want them to see? You can actually click here and you can select an image. A lot of times for some companies, it's going to be your logo. For other companies, it's going to be something completely different. Whatever you choose is up to you. Just keep in mind that when somebody shares your site, now these are the images that will come up. Mobile actions, that's something that's available only on the Pro. But basically what that can do is if you want somebody to have a very quick button to call or email you, they can do that, and you can set that up there. The header and footer, this is where you can control your navigation menu. This is also where you can control what shows at the bottom of the page. I'm going to remove the footer here. I'm also going to remove the navigation menu since we're only doing a one-page test website. I'm going to remove all those things and then click Save. One thing that Strikingly does is they do leave their logo on the bottom of all pages that you create by them, and that's to gain traction for their own company. The only way you can remove that logo is if you were paying them money. So that's just something to keep in mind. Multiple pages. Again, a Pro feature. If you want to add multiple pages to your website and replicate what we did over and over and over again, you're welcome to do that. I believe this would also be necessary if you decided to add individual pages for each store product that you have. Live chat, that's something else you can add to your website. People can, when they go to your website, they'll get a pop-up and they can chat with you directly from your website. This is something that is kind of still a little, I don't know, it's not perfect with this particular provider. There's other solutions out there that work better that we recommend for our clients, but it is something that's there for you. Where do the chats go? They go to your cell phone, or your computer. But if you're not near or accessible to your cell phone, they just sit there. So just be aware of that. We talked about membership earlier. Analytics. This is a way that you can track the people that are checking out your website. Once they fill out a contact form for the first time, it will track every time they come to your site. And then page views, how many people are viewing your site. Again, this is just really basic analytics and basic tracking. There are other solutions available. If that's something that you want to discuss for your site, please give us a call. And then under the advanced tab, there's a whole bunch of other stuff too. There's privacy, some legal protections, collaboration, adding custom code to your site, search engine optimization, a couple other services, and then adding site search to your site. But for purposes of this, again, we're not going to do it. What we are going to do, though, so we've selected Sani Solutions at mystrikingly.com. We're going to go ahead and close that. And what we're going to do is we're going to click the button here that says Publish because I'm happy with the site. It's just a quick test site. We've got Sani Solutions, a picture of the hand sanitizer, the features there, the online store. Oh, the one thing we're going to do with the online store for the payment is we're going to set up offline payments. Because we're not going to set up PayPal or Stripe just for purposes of this. So let's take a gander here. We're going to say payment method name. Let's say they're going to pay cash, and that's it. So we'll click enable. Payment instructions, pay us cash. Cool. Click enable there. Good, that's done. So we're going to go ahead and click publish now. And it will literally ask us a couple quick questions just to confirm, is this the right domain, the right title, the right category? Yes. We click publish now. And quite literally, the website is published now. I'm going to open this in a new tab and show you what it looks like. So this website is complete. And this is what it looks like. Pretty cool. I'm going to leave this available right online. If anybody wants to check it out, you're welcome to do that. You just hop right on here and go there. And then if you want to order from the store, how it works is it says you select, right? You want a single bottle or a multi-pack. You'll notice when we select multi-pack, it changes the image. Single bottle, multi-pack. Going back to what we talked about earlier with the white background versus transparent, a quick solution to that is to use a white background for your actual product area. That solves that. You'll see a lot of companies do that if they don't have the ability to make their photos transparent for whatever reason. They'll do that. So this is the exact website that we just created here. So we created this website, very simple website, nothing complex. We created it in what, about 40 minutes, it looks like, or no, a little less than that, actually. It's 9, 10. Yeah, so probably about 30 minutes. We created this in about 30 minutes using this tool. and it is live. And if you wanted to place an order right now, let's buy one multi-pack. You click buy now. Great. Advanced hand sanitizer. Yep. We want to do, nope, we want to leave it as that. We're going to click checkout. It's going to ask us for the information. Test me at myserver.com. 585-555-1234 Main Street, Anytown, Alabama. 90026 or no, 90026. I'm not dyslexic. And there's all your information. Typically right here, it would give them the option of paying you either through PayPal or whatever. Once that order is placed, boom, you click place order. It processes and does what it does. Thank you for your order. Order details will be emailed to you shortly. My phone just buzzed, so I've got those. But what's even better is I can now go to my site here and I can click on manage product and I can go to orders. Really, you can't. Oh, I have to refresh the page. Sorry, guys. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to refresh the page, refresh the site. Well, that was fun. Had a little static there. Don't know where that came from. And I believe we should see our orders in here now. Yep, there's the order. So it's going to tell you the status of the order, your total revenue, how many orders you've received, etc. When I click on the order, it's going to pull up all the information I need. It's going to show me what the product is, how much it is, whether I need to collect money from them or not, the address, right? And once I complete the order, in other words, once I ship it, I click the button that says complete. I can add in tracking information or whatever. I click complete, and then the customer gets an email and says, hey, your order's on the way. And that's all there is to it, folks. We literally created a very, I realize this isn't anything complex, but a very simple, basic web page where you can sell some products. And we did it online in a relatively quick amount of time. Now, I don't expect everybody to be able to do it that quickly, and that's fine. That's not a problem at all. We are here to help you with that. That is what we do. If you do need help with that, you can schedule a consultation or a strategy session at lionglobal.com. We will give you a free, completely free 30-minute opportunity to help you with things like this or whatever you might be having trouble with. We focus mainly on revenue. We find ways to get companies more money and have them do less stuff. But if you need help specifically with this, we'd be happy to help you with that. And so let me tell you a little bit about how that works. You go to Lion Global, you fill out the form, we schedule some time together, we would connect and talk for about 30 minutes and come up with a strategy for your business moving forward. At the end of that call, I will make you an offer, and the offer will be to do some more consulting. Or maybe you need a website or whatever, we would make that offer to you. And if you want to do business together, great. We do offer a 200% return on investment guarantee. We don't charge a lot for our stuff, but we still offer that 200% return on investment guarantee just to make people a little more comfortable. And that's 100% real. What does that mean? That means that if you don't make at least 2 times what you pay us, then you don't pay us to keep helping you, period. It's that simple. So if you got any value out of this video or anything else that we've done, and you want to have a chat about other things that we could do for you, please go to lionglobal.com. There's a short little video there, little button you can click and fill out stuff. And also, it might not be there too long, but it is right now because of this COVID stuff that's going on. We are doing some, actually, we're doing a few things at cost. Right at the top of the website, I had them put down some things that we're doing at cost. We're not making any money on it. We're just doing it at cost in order to help people out. So if you need something, feel free to check that out. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it very, very much. We are here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m., and we're going to continue being here. Yesterday, I had a guest come on. We talked a little bit about staying sane, so feel free to go back to yesterday and watch that. If you have anything you want to comment, please leave a comment or send a text to that number there, and we'll talk to you about it on the next broadcast. Also, if you've got a topic for something you'd like us to cover, feel free. Also, if you're somebody who wants to contribute to this and wants to share with other business owners, feel free to let us know, and we'll get you on the show too. Please take care of yourself, be safe, be sane, and we'll talk to everybody on Monday. Have a great weekend. Try to stay focused, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.